Hey there, welcome to a 4-Minute Friday, and this week I want to talk about how to become a trusted advisor, or one very specific tactic that you can use to do this. Now I'm doing this because in my newsletter this week, and if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link below, I talk about something I call the Trinity of Trust, 3 different tactics that you can use to help build trust with your prospective customers or your existing customers. And I had a few questions from that, so I thought that's why I'll cover that subject off again in this week's 4-Minute Friday. So if you don't know me, my name is Brian Conway. As I said, this is 4-Minute Friday, the clue's in the name. And as I said, this week specifically, I want to talk about one very powerful tactic that you can implement into your arsenal of communications with your customers that, as I said, will elevate your trusted advisor status. And that is the use of demos. A lot of people come to me and said, oh, so do you mean invite people to the company demo that our product line or our marketing department are putting on, or our technical specialists? I'm saying, no, I'm talking about you running a demo, personalizing it so that it's the you that develops the trust with that audience, not somebody else. Because if you want them to buy from you, they will buy from people they know, they like. You can develop that through a webinar and people that they trust. And you have the opportunity in a demo to really build your credibility, which is a key attribute of trust, to really focus more on your audience rather than a generic demo perhaps that the company puts together. So you could create a short demo that's perhaps focused on a particular vertical. If you've got some key accounts in a particular vertical, you could pick a particular pain point perhaps that you're seeing a lot of customers experiencing, and talk a bit about that and how you may be able to help with that. But the key is you're providing value, you're providing insight, you're delivering thought leadership, and you're building therefore your credibility, and people are getting to know you. Now the thing is, you're in sales, you're probably doing sales presentations all the time. I'm just talking about taking one of those, maybe shorten it down to 25 to 30 minutes so there's not too much of a time commitment from your customers, and running that on a weekly, maybe monthly basis. So your customers have been invited into that. You can keep the group small and maybe more intimate, but you've also got the opportunity then to follow up as well after that, and you've got something to talk about, and you can ask if they got value from it, and are there any other subjects they'd like you to cover as you go forward. All this is giving you opportunities to engage with your audience. And that's the key of building trust. It doesn't happen in one moment or one intervention. It takes time, and there's got to be consistency in your activities, and something you do on a consistent basis to someone to get to know who you are, to understand your personal brand, and recognize that actually you're quite valuable to me as an individual because you share all this information. So there's almost this reciprocity element as well, where when somebody needs something, they'll give back to you, and they'll come to you, and they'll have trust that maybe you'll be able to help them because you've been providing them some value up until this point. So that's what I'm talking about, you creating and running, let's say, a monthly webinar, not just inviting people to a generic company one. And then obviously you've got an opportunity to follow up in email and all these other kind of mediums which will elevate your status within the mind of your prospect. So hope you found that useful, and that bit of clarity important, but do it. Again, to know this is one thing, to do it is something else, but I guarantee it can make quite a big difference. So this has been 4-Minute Friday. I'm Brian Conway. Have a great weekend, and more importantly, a great week of selling next week. Take care.